back to our coverage here. 17-11 your score as we start at game 2. One of the power supplies down on below on the wall outlet. Someone had a phone plugged in. They unplugged us and the phone at the same time, and then the outlet completely shut down. So we had to rerun some cabling. Now we're back up and running as we're in the middle of game 2. The East All-Stars, after dropping the first game 25-18 to the West All-Stars, enjoying a 5-point lead. Thanks again for joining us here for our broadcast. Apologies on that. We can do a lot of things, but I've got an uninterrupted power supply I usually bring with us, and that was not in the car. And so we're back up and running. West All-Star now pass the word, fans that are watching, let other fans know what's happening, that the game is back on, and we are live with the broadcast. East All-Stars can't play that one out, and a point scored by the West makes it a 17-13 game. We were back and forth in game 1 before the West All-Stars were able to put it away with a late surge. West All-Stars will now be serving up. Ball at the net. East All-Stars can't play that. It's a 17-14 game. And now the West All-Stars will serve again. Ball across, played by the East. Played over by the West, and a point scored by Salinas. At the net. Inside the West All-Stars waited for our cameras to come back on before they kicked it into high gear. They were trailing most of the way here by a wide margin. That serve just gets across, played by the East All-Stars. West now on the attack. West in the red, East in the blue with the white numbering. Ball over on the West side. Galvan with a high set for Salinas in the middle. Spikes it down and in. Point score for the West All-Stars. 1-point game now as the West All-Stars will serve it up. Looking to tie this one up. It took game 1. 25-18, serve across the line, drive serve played by Salinas for the East All-Stars. Ball at the net, punched over, that's blocked and kept alive for a moment, but a point scored for the East. East All-Stars up 18-16. Back to serve is Bianca Cantu out of Santa Maria. Cantu will serve it up with a deep serve played by the West All-Stars. Ball in the back row, Solis puts it over, played by the East. A high set off the net, left side, spike down. Nice dig by Galvan back there on the back row for the West All-Stars. Ball back on the East side, set it up high. Middle back row attack. Galvan there to dig that too. West All-Stars ease this one across, played by the East All-Stars at the net. Second hit over, point scored for the East. Nice placement that time by Rivera. East up by 3. And they'll serve across. Just across. That's an ace served up for the East All-Stars. They go up 20-16. Fans watching, share the link. Help get the word out to the other fans who we lost there as we had the first game going on, and then the power outlet gave way. Spike across by the West All-Stars is down for the point, makes it 20-17. For the West, that's Emily Hill over there from Zapata to finish that hit. And now the substitutions will check in for the West All-Stars. Back to the service line is Alexa Maciel out of Idea Quest. Maciel puts it across. Played by the East All-Stars over near their bench. They'll keep this alive and then one-handed over. Played by the West, down by 3, set it up on the left side, spiked over. One-handed right over by the East All-Stars from her knees, making the play is Sierra Salinas out of La Feria. 21-17 game. East All-Stars back to serve. Karime Rojas out of San Perlita. She'll serve that across, played by the West All-Stars. Galvan sets it off the net to Salinas, puts it on the back row of the East. East will set it up off the net, spike, block right back at you, point scored West. Sierra Salinas for the East with the kill attempt. Melanie Salinas with Hidalgo said no. 3-point game. West All-Stars to serve it up. From the back row, they'll get it across. Short serve, played over, right down the line, played by the West All-Stars. Spiked over, and that's a nice dig at this attempt, but nothing doing. And the West All-Stars score again. 21-19. Elisa Garcia from Idea Quest to serve again. Gets that across. Diving play by the East, they'll keep that alive. East All-Stars trying to even this series at 1 apiece. West scores another point. It's a 1-point game here in game number 2. Next serve for the West All-Stars. In a 21-20 game, West All-Stars to serve it up. And they'll get it across, played by the East. Guerra there now in the middle. Spikes it over, played there. That's Desiree Guerra by Santa Rosa, by the way. West on the net, got it across, it falls, and we're tied at 21 apiece. A kind roll that time for Vanessa Espinoza out of Hidalgo. All tied up. West All-Stars to serve it up. East All-Stars on the return of serve. Guerra sets it on the back row, spiked over. West goes on the attack. A high set left side tipped over the double block and a point score. The West takes the lead. West All-Stars up at 22-21. Serve coming up for the West All-Stars. It is a short serve in the net. Ties the game at 22 apiece. We'll follow this up with the 5A game, and then we'll have the 6A game later on today. 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock the starts of those 2 games. East All-Stars to serve it up. Deep serve, back row, carries out of bounds. West goes on top by 1 at 23-22. For just joining us, we had game 1 all rolling along. Right in between games, we lost the power. So we lost the first part of this game, but we're right back at you. Should be okay for the rest of the day. A play by the East All-Stars off the right side, spiked off the block of Jordan Garcia. Ball quickly back over on the east side. They'll try to set something up to tie this game. Ball over on the west side. Garcia sets it up, this time left side again. Spiked on a nice dig, that time by the East. East All-Stars on the attack. Ball back over on the west side. West looking to go up by 2 here. Jordan Garcia puts in the back corner. Nice play by the East. Ball across, carries out of bounds. Point scored by the West. West All-Stars just serve it up, now trying to take a commanding 2-game lead here in this best of 5. Serve across. As an ace served up, and the West wins game 2 in come from behind fashion, 25-22. We'll be back with game number 3. I promise we'll be here. Back after this.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live, number 1. there's a guy in the showroom that says he wants to trade in his ride.
And?
Oh. Write him up.
Santa traded in his sleigh at Hacienda Ford, but he left all his presents in it. Now, Hacienda Ford is giving away all those presents to less fortunate families here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Hacienda has it.
Hi, we're Robert Mello's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we are in between games 2 and 3 of the Sub 5A All-Star Game, sponsored by the TASO officials. All the officials you see out here from the TASO organization are volunteers on a Sunday. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera today. I'm Joe Bowling with you. Special thanks to McAllen ISD Board and Trustees and Superintendents of Schools, Dr. J.A. Gonzalez, as they allow the hosting of the 2019 Rio Grande Valley High School Volleyball All-Star Games. And, reading for the program here, congratulations to all the Rio Grande Valley Volleyball and All-Stars. TASO, Tip of Texas Volleyball Officials Association, recognizing the outstanding volleyball seniors here in the Rio Grande Valley. They put it all together with a sponsorship drive, and then they draw up the teams, and it's always competitive. It's always neat to see these girls who were fierce competitors against one another suddenly be on the same team and having some fun. I used to do my interviews when I would do the Channel 4 coverage, and one of the questions always was, how's it feel to finally be on the same team as someone that you went 4 years playing against, wanting to beat every time you saw them? Always some good answers there. And then you have some other interesting matchups. San Isidro, a fierce rival with San Perlita at the Sub 5A level. And Jordan Garcia and Kenya Ortiz from San Isidro now having to wear red and white, which are San Perlita colors. That's always a neat question too when you start asking, what's it like to wear those colors of a team that you never wanted to wear those colors? It's always fun. And the matchup begins. We get ready for game 3. The coaches from Hidalgo, KD Benavides, coaching the West All-Stars, her team up 2-0. Coach Griselda Rubalcaba of San Perlita will have to draw up some magic. Certainly she has the firepower. We'll see how they react. Game 3 coming up right after this.
Specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Hi, we're Mackay Bulldogs. Thanks for watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Back here we start game 3, and the East All-Stars will be on the left side. A big spike down and in is point number 1. And welcome to game 3. The East All-Stars with a big kill that time from Jenna Ortiz from La Feria. Megan Kinney will serve now for the East All-Stars as we start game 3. They had a commanding lead in game 2 and let it get away. Kinney to serve it up. Out of San Perlita, the Trojan puts it over. Played by the West All-Stars. Galvan sets it up to Salinas from Hidalgo. Puts it across looking for the angle, but out of bounds it goes. West All-Stars down 2-0 as the East will serve it up. Megan Kinney ready to serve again. Pause in the action. A good crowd here on hand at McCallum Memorial. Serve to the back corner. Played that time by Elani Solis back there from Gruya. Big spike right down central and a point score for the West. As Espinoza puts it away. Vanessa Espinoza out of Hidalgo. Ortiz will check out of the game. As checking in is Cassie Munoz out of Vanguard Far. She'll serve for the West All-Stars. Munoz puts that in the net, though, and a point scored by the East All-Stars makes it a 3-1 game. East All-Stars to serve it up again. Trevino now back to serve. This is Nicole Trevino out of Progreso. The Red Ants, and she'll serve. Short serve, played by the West All-Stars. Galvan is the setter, sets it up, this time a good set, and a spike down is in as Garcia is able to put it away. Solis will check out for the West All-Stars as they'll serve it up. 3-1 game, that serve is across. Ortiz on the second hit puts it over. A diving play by the West All-Stars will keep it in play. East on the attack to Modesta Garcia, puts it over. Played by the West, one-handed over by Salinas. Kinney's there to dig that. Garcia has it blocked right back by Salinas, and a point score for the West. Makes it a 3-2 game. Check that now, it's a tie game at 3 apiece. Served by the West All-Stars. It is a cross played by the East. That's not returned, and the West takes the lead. 4-3. The scoreboard here in the gym quit working, so in this case we're using our own scoreboard, which keeps us from having to scramble. East All-Stars down by 1, down 2 as they can't get that one over. Makes it a 5-3 game. West All-Stars on top. West to serve it up. Share the link if you will, my friends, if you're watching on our social media on our Facebook side. Like and follow our page. By sharing the link, you do let other fans know these games are going on. I know we had this game up earlier as this match began. We got game 1 in, and then we had a power surge that took us out for the start of game 2. We are back to live coverage here with you from McCallum Memorial. East All-Stars down 1, we'll serve it up. This is the sub-5A matchup on the east-west side of the Rio Grande Valley. Spike across, played by Kinney. Ball up in the rafters. Ortiz is there to help it out. Garcia puts it over. West All-Stars there to recover. Galvan sets up Hill. One hands it over on the corner. Trevino there to play that off the rafters again. Ball up near the net, punched over, and a point scored. Salce got away with bidding under the net. Point score for the East. Juliet Salce out of Santa Rosa. And now they will call her in the net. That makes it a 6-4 game. She really was under the net. She ran underneath it. And it is the West with the serve and the lead. Serve over, played by the East. Salce with a second hit over, played by the West. Set up Jordan Garcia, spikes it down and in the back row. Point scored for the West. Served by the West All-Stars. They lead 7-4 here in game number 3. Line drive in the net, though. Point scored by the East. East All-Stars coming up the sub-6A game, which will be the 5A All-Stars. All-Stars here you're seeing are represented by several schools throughout the Rio Grande Valley. Jump serve for the East, and the net it goes. Just missing on that serve was Juliet Salce. Point for the West All-Stars. They're up by 3. Leading 2-1 here in this best of 5. Serve over. Played by the East All-Stars. Kinney there to play that. Garcia puts it over. Ball on the west side. Jordan Garcia tries to set it up. Ball back over on the east side. A free ball to work with. Garcia sets it to the back row. That's a lift. And a point scored to the West All-Stars. They go up 9-5. West All-Stars to serve it up. Just across, that's an ace. The West All-Stars go up 10-5. They took control midway through game one, had to come from behind late in game two, and now lead here in game three. East All-Stars punch that over. Good play by the West All-Stars. Ball back over on the east side. Trevino back there to play that. Salce puts it over. West goes on the attack. Set it up for Jordan Garcia off the net. Swings away. Got the point. The San Isidro Lady Tiger from the West All-Stars with the kill. West back to serve. Back of the service line is Carolina Carvajal. Carvajal puts it across. Played by the east side. Trying to set up with a back row attack. That's spiked over. Played by the West. Ball to Ortiz. Swings away. Got the point for the West. Kenya Ortiz, another Lady Tiger from San Isidro. Timeout called by the East. They trail by 7. This is Real Sports Live.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Be extra thankful this year with faster internet from VTX1. VTX1 Companies offers fast and reliable internet service throughout the Rio Grande Valley, even to some of the most remote areas. Take a slice off the cost with free installation. Gobble unlimited gigabytes with a service provider you can trust by calling 1-800-446-2031. VTX1 Companies, connecting you since '52.
Silent Night? Yeah, right. Get boomin' sound this holiday season from D-Tronics. Like this JVC package deal with an AM/FM CD player with front USB and aux input, 200 watts of power, and a pair of 300 watt speakers for the front of your ride, and a pair of 6x9 400 watt speakers for the rear. Only $89. Or get this Pioneer AM/FM CD player with front aux, remote control, 5-band EQ for just $59. Christmas at D-Tronics. For your auto, home, or business.
Back here, a big block that time by the West All-Stars, and they go right back to work after the timeout was called. Serve across, played by the East All-Stars. This is Megan Kinney. That's blocked back to the West, and a point scored by the West All-Stars, and suddenly they have taken control, leading by 9. Substitution in for the East All-Stars. They'll try to regroup now. West All-Stars to serve it up. East can't return the serve. That's an ace. A double-digit lead for the West All-Stars, and they are feeling it here in Game 3. West All-Stars trail midway through Game 2. Looked like we were going to have an even 1-1 after 2 games. Kicked into another gear, came from behind to win it. Salce puts it over. West All-Stars on the attack. Set up Jordan Garcia off the net, spikes it, looking to the back row, out of bounds it goes. And the East All-Stars need that to try to carry some momentum forward. Back to serve for the East All-Stars is Daniela Rivera. Rivera out of La Sara. And she'll serve it up. Just gets it across, that's an ace. East All-Stars. What you got to do is you just got to, one by one, try to eat into this lead. Try to get within a couple of points before this reaches 20. Serve across, played by the West All-Stars. Ortiz will play it forward. Free ball to work with for the East. Bannock on the set from the middle, spiked over, back corner, that's in. Trevino with a kill. Nicole Trevino out of Progreso. That's the lead back to 8. Rivera to serve again. She's ready. Gets it to the back row, played by the West All-Stars. They'll set it on the back row attack. Punched over. Salce right there. Bannock sets it up. Kinney 2-hands it over. Ortiz there to play that. West All-Stars on the second hit, back on the east side. Bannock sets it up middle. Good swing and a kill for Trevino. Trevino on the kill for the East All-Stars. Rivera with a good run at the service line this trip through. They'd like to get to 10 before she gets off that service line if you're the East All-Stars. That's an ace in the back corner. 15-9 game. Back to serve Rivera again. Gets it across, played by the West All-Stars. High set to Jordan Garcia, punches it over, played by the East. Salce to Bannock, sets up Kinney, swings away, back row there to play that for the West. Garcia puts it over. Kinney passes it to Bannock, sets it up, Trevino middle again, off the block, point score for the East. After trailing double digits, they've cut that in half. And now you get greedy with Rivera at the line if you're the East All-Stars trying to climb back in this game. Line drive serve, punch forward. Garcia puts it over on the second hit. East goes on the attack. Bannock sets up Kinney, swings, played on the back row. Nice dig that time by the West All-Stars. Ortiz punches it over. Out of bounds it goes. 4-point game. What a service run by Daniela Rivera at the line for the East All-Stars. Plays that over on the West side. Second hit over, East can go on the attack. Bannock punches it over. Played by the West, can't get it over. Point score for the East, it's a 3-point game. And it's official, it's a comeback. East within range. West calls a timeout. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Back here after the timeout was called, the West All-Stars had a double-digit lead. They've changed the score. It's 16-13. The scoreboard is not operating here in the gym. I thought we were right on par with what our score was. That's an ace served up by the East All-Stars. 16-14 game, a 2-point game. And what a service run for Daniela Rivera. Serving away for the East All-Stars. She'll serve again. Rivera out of Lavia. Puts that over. Check that out of Asara. Ball at the center of the net. Spiked across. And another big kill for Trevino. 16-15 as Trevino has kicked into a high gear here in game 3. Rivera to serve again. Danielle Rivera out of Asara. Puts it over and down the sideline. That is in, and we're tied at 16 apiece. We had a big comeback in game 2 by the West All-Stars. East All-Stars have erased a 10-point lead and now serve to take the lead. Rivera ready to go, serves again down the corner. Played this time by the West All-Stars. Ortiz from the middle, a free ball to work with. Good pass. Bannock sets it up. Trevino again goes to work, scores the point. East takes the lead. Bannock and Trevino have clicked here on that front row. Meanwhile, Rivera continues to serve in. Serves again, short serve this time. West stays on the back row with the ball. Play it from there and just across. Played by the East. Trevino sets up Bannock this time. One hands it over, that's a reverse. Played by the West. Set it up to the front of the net. Ortiz can't get it over. Point scored by the East. 18-16. Rivera will serve again for the East All-Stars. Gets that across, played, and that's an ace on the back row. How about the serving of Daniela Rivera? She'll serve again. East All-Stars in a comeback fashion here. Rivera ready to serve again. The West All-Stars will substitute in the game. They'll try to find a combination here that works best. Alexa Maciel checked in, and the service run finally ends for Rivera. Makes it a 19-17 game, the West All-Stars. Trail by 2. Back to serve is Alexa Maciel out of Idea Quest. short serve played by the East All-Stars. They'll set up Trevino off the net this time. Spikes it across and scores. What a game for Trevino. She gets that kill. East All-Stars to serve it up. Bannock ready to serve again. Fernanda Bannock from Jubilee Brownsville puts that over. Played by the West All-Stars. Set it up off the net. Played over on the east side. Bannock becomes the setter. Sets it up middle. Spiked over and out of bounds. Point scored by the West. 20-17 game as the West will serve again. Substitutions also checking in again for the West All-Stars. Share the link if you're on our Facebook page, my friends. We had some power situation between games 1 and 2, excuse me there. Share the link to let other fans know these games are going on. I know on a Sunday, a lot of things going on in the households. They may not be aware these volleyball players are playing it out one last time. Point scored by the East. And it extends the lead back to 3. East All-Stars, Megan Kinney back to serve. Kinney will serve from the middle back there. A lot of firepower on that west side. Just because it's a 3-point lead, this thing's not in the books. Deep serve, good pass. Galvan sets it up. Left side, spike down and in. Point scored. Right on cue, Melanie Salinas. And as powerful as Trevino was, Nicole Trevino for Progresso, on her rotation through the front row, Melanie Salinas can bring that from the west side. 2-point game. That's a diving play by the East. Ball back over on the west side. Salinas becomes the setter. That ball's in the net. Point scored for the East. That's what you want if you're the East All-Stars. If you can have Melanie Salinas being the setter, you gotta like your chances a little better. Trevino back to serve now. The Progresso product puts that over. Solis on the return. Galvan sets it up. Salinas tries to put it away. Good dig, and in the net it goes though. Point scored by the West All-Stars. West All-Stars will serve it up. Before that, they'll substitute in the game. Trailing by a couple here in game 3. Trevino with a pass. They'll race over to set that up to Ortiz. One hand's it in the back corner. That's out of bounds. Point scored by the West. It's a 1-point game. Coming up after this one will be the 5A All-Star matchup. That serve just crosses the net, skims over, played by the east side. Set it up left side, that's out of bounds. We're tied at 22. Swing attempt that time by Aliciana Thompson out of Raymondville. Just missed on the hit. West serves it over. Kenny with a diving play, can't control it. Point scored, the West takes the lead at 23-22. West All-Stars to serve it up again. Trying to close this out. They won the first 2. Serve across. Trevino with a pass to Ortiz. Second hit over. Right there to play that. The West All-Stars set up Hill. Kinney there on the dig. Bannock back there to help out. Ball back over on the west side. Diving play on their back row. Ball in the net. Challenge error. Won by the East. All tied up at 23 apiece. (23-23). Served by the East All-Stars. Coming up. They'll get it across. Played by the West. Ball up at the net. Galvan with a pass. Back set. In the net it goes. East scores and are now 1 away from extending this into game 4. Back to serve is Jenna Ortiz out of La Feria. The Lady Lion can send us into game 4 here. Serves it across. Deep serve. Back corner. Played by the West All-Stars. Galvan sets it up. Salinas tips it over. Back row, there's Ortiz. Ortiz to Bannock, back to Ortiz from the back row. Punches it over, Galvan's there. Salinas sets it up in the middle. Free ball, Ortiz with a pass. Bannock the set. Spiked across and down the corner. Point scored for the East as Aliciana Thompson puts it away and wins the game. East wins it 25-23. We will play game 4. It's coming up right after this.
Hi, we're the Real Night City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans having some fun here at McCallum Memorial High School. Our appreciation as they made the announcement over there on the scorers table that we're here broadcasting the games. Fans, again, we were covering these volleyball players throughout the summer months at the Donna, the Highway 83 JRS League, and then we picked up coverage in the Edinburgh for the Vipers tournament, which took us into the season. We took you through the regular season with our broadcast, and we took it into the postseason. Those dreaded rights fees that we had to come up with to broadcast those games, taking it all the way to McCallum Memorial and McAllen High when they made it to the regional tournament. We were there, and here we get to wrap it up with our coverage of the All-Star games. And our appreciation is to you, the fans, and the players, and the coaches, and the schools for all participating in our broadcast throughout the volleyball season this year, 2019. Rudy Zamaripa Jr. on the camera. He joined us during volleyball season, has been here for a lot of these broadcasts. He's here today having a seat as he's been in basketball mode all week. He and Billy Watson were able to cover the La Feria tournament. And so here we are back on a Sunday. Hey, reminding you fans, we got a big basketball matchup tomorrow night, as there's no rest for the weary. We'll be in Rio Hondo tomorrow night as the Harlingen South Hawks take on Rio Hondo's Bobcats. Then on Tuesday, we'll make a trip across the valley. We'll try to get more systems involved on our Tuesday's games as we did last week. But I know System 1 here will be in Sherryland Pioneer as they'll be hosting the Los Fresnos Falcons in a broadcast. Wednesday, we'll be back in an IDEA school covering IDEA basketball. And then Thursday through Saturday, we'll be at the City of Palms tournament just down the street here at Nicky Rowe for the eventual championship game, but we'll start coverage on Thursday. West All-Stars will be receiving serve as we start game number 4. East puts it across. West on the attack. Galvan sets it up in the middle. Spiked over, played by the East All-Stars. They'll turn as blocked by Salinas. Point for the West All-Stars. They go up 1-0. Salinas out of Hidalgo. Carbajal, Carolina Carbajal out of Hidalgo. Back to serve now, teammate of Salinas throughout the year. Serves across, East All-Stars. Trailed double digits in game 3, came back to win. Ball back over on the west side. Galvan, the setter. Sets it up the net, punched over, and point score for the West. They go up 2-0. West All-Stars up 2-0 here in game number 4. Reminding you the 5A game is scheduled to tip or serve up at 2 o'clock, and then the 6A game at 4. Nice set this time. Bang! Down the line in the corner for the West All-Stars. Kill that time for the West. Emile Hill out of Zapata, reaching back for the extra. Carbajal to serve again. Salinas on the pass. Set up Karime Rojas. She spikes it to the back row. Nice dig by Carbajal. West All-Stars put it over. East back on the attack, looking to score the first point for them here in game 3, and there it is. Makes it a 2-1 game. Share the link on our Facebook side if you're watching there. And I know I say that often, but it really truly does get the word out to other fans who may not know these games are going on. That serve across, diving play by the West All-Stars. Another diving play into the net, though. Goes. Good hustle that time by Cassie Munoz out of Vanguard Far to keep that ball alive a little while. Tie game at 2 apiece. East All-Stars serving it up, looking for the lead here in game number 4. Their mission, try to extend this into game 5. That'll help as they score a point there and go up 1. Now the concession stand is operational over there. I smell the popcorn. I see it going. We're going to get us some of that between this sub 5A and the 5A game. Hill puts it over. East All-Stars tried to get it in the net, but it's blocked back at him. 2 hits called. The West go up 4-3. West All-Stars won the first game. Came from behind to win game 2. Lost a double-digit lead in game 3, and here we are in the 4th. East puts it over. West on the attack. Galvan sets it up on that left side. That's out of bounds on the back row. Ties us up at 4 apiece here in game number 4 of this best-of-5 series. We go to 25, win by 2. East All-Stars substituting the game. Meanwhile, Karime Rojas on a send Perlita back to serve it up for the East. Line drive serve off the net. That's an ace. East All-Stars on top 5-4. Rojas back to serve again. Karime Rojas ready to serve. Good crowd on hand for this sub 5A game. Salinas can't get there. Point score for the East. Miscommunication by the West. The West All-Stars, which really were in sync in game 2. Once they started that come from behind trail and carried that into game 3. Then things just kind of fell apart as the East regrouped. West gets it over. Free ball to work with. Salinas the pass. High set middle. Swing. Block back at you. Ball kicked to stay alive, and a point score for the West. Outright effort by the East All-Stars. Bianca Cantu that time for Santa Maria trying to keep it alive. West All-Stars will serve. Trailing by 2. Ball across, played back over on the west side. Garcia with a back set. Pena tries to get it over, nothing doing. Point score for the East. 7-5 game. Salinas back to serve for the East All-Stars. Sierra Salinas out of La Feria. She'll get that across. Played by the West All-Stars. VCL back there on the return of serve. Ball back over on the east side. A good chance here with a high set middle. Spike across. Adjustment made. West is able to get it over. May that time on the kill attempt. Kayleen May out of Lyford now at the middle of the net for the East All-Stars. West on the attack. Spike down. Point score for the West All-Stars. Espinoza that time on the kill for the West All-Stars. That's Vanessa Espinoza out of Hidalgo. Back to serve is Cassandra Pena out of Zapata. Pena to put this serve across. That's in the net. Point score for the East. They go back up 2. 8-6 game. Back to serve is Kayleen May out of Lyford. We had them in some of our broadcasts this year. It's fun that this year we were able to broadcast. I went up and down the rosters. We covered each and every one of these players. That serve carries out of bounds. West All-Stars within 1 at 8-7. Substitution for the West All-Stars. Emile Hill checks back in for Zapata. West All-Stars serve it up, trying to tie it up. Trevino on the pass. They'll set up Trevino. She had a big game 3. Spiked it over. Garcia races over, tries to set it off the net. Punched over, ball back the net, and Jordan Garcia puts it away for the West and ties it up. Jordan Garcia right there in the center, able to put it away. Tie game at 8 apiece. West All-Stars to serve it up. This is game 4 of a best-of-5 if we get to 5. Ball on the west side, Carbajal there. Garcia sets it up. Jordan Garcia punches it, block, and off the block. Kick back over, but out of bounds. 9-8 9-8 as the West All-Stars take the lead. Espinoza puts it over, and that's an ace. Now it's a 9-8 game. West All-Stars to serve it up again. They'll get it over, played by the East. High set, spiked over, and in. Point score for the East, we're tied. 9-9 game as the West All-Stars will now watch as the East will serve. Back at the line to serve. This is Medina. Carla Medina out of Lyford. Serves in a deep serve, and out of bounds it goes. West scores a point, takes the lead at 10-9. So this one is a back and forth affair. Resembles game one, in which it was a tight contest. In game two, the West All-Stars pretty much took control and took that from start to finish. East All-Stars on the return to serve, nothing doing. Point scored, West goes up by 2. Galvan back of the service line. Delani Galvan out of Gruya. She puts that over. That's an ace. Galvan gets the ace. Timeout called by the East All-Stars. They trail by 3, trying to extend it to game 5. West trying to put it away. This is Real Sports Live.
Real Sports Live.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Silent Night? Yeah, right. Make your car rock this Christmas with a Kenwood AM/FM CD player with front USB and aux inputs, 200 watts of power, with DB Drive speakers for the front and rear of your ride, powered by a 1300-watt DB Drive Class D amp and 2 12-inch 700-watt subs. This complete booming system is just $299. Or get a Pioneer multimedia player with a 6.2-inch touchscreen, Bluetooth for just $149. Christmas at D-Tronics for your auto, home, or business.
West All-Stars extend the lead. They're up by 4 here in game 4. Nice block, ball pinballs around, played by the West. East All-Stars now trying to set up an attack. Set it up for Trevino, 2 hands it over. Galvan is there. Carbajal sets it up. Free ball for the East to work with. They'll try to set it up for middle. Block back at you, ball still alive. Challenge at the net, and spiked over. And a point score for the West. Salinas dominating in the net as Melanie Salinas able to get that kill. Galvan to serve again for the West All-Stars. Down the line, that carries out of bounds. East All-Stars down by 4. They trail by 10 in game number 3. Managed to find a way to win. Santa Rosa will be serving up now. Ball back over on the West side, spiked over. Played by the East All-Stars. A high set off the net, spiked, and down and in. Big kill that time for Salinas. Sierra Salinas out of Lafarian. 3-point game at 14-11. You got Salinas and Rojas on the front line, and also Nicole Trevino. There's some big hitters for the East All-Stars. West put it over, free ball coming up. If they can get a set, somebody big can put something away on this. Trevino swings away. Nice dig by the West All-Stars. Galvan sets it up left side, looking for the back corner. Out of bounds it goes. East scores, cuts it to a 2-point game at 14-12. East All-Stars serve it up. High arcing serve this time. Galvan races back to try to set that a back row attempt. Nice punch up by the East. Ball off the back row, played back over on the West side. Galvan again with a high set, this time for Salinas, middle. Nice dig by the East All-Stars. Salinas turns, punches that on the angle, out of bounds it goes. Points scored by the West. West All-Stars up by 3 at 15-12. They will serve. Cassie Munoz back to serve out of Vanguard Far. Right on the money with the pass for the East. They'll set it up for Salinas. Punched over. Nice dig that time by the West. Keeps it alive. Back on the East side. Trailing by 3. That's 2 hits called. Points scored for the West. And the West All-Stars go up by 4 at 16-12. West All-Stars serving again out of Vanguard Far. Cassie Munoz. Short serve. Won't clear the net. Points scored by the East. You see fans already piling into the stands here for the 5A game. Coming up, we have teams here from Jubilee, Brownsville, San Perlita, Raymondville, Santa Rosa, La Villa, Lyford, Vanguard Far, Hidalgo, Idea Quest, San Isidro, Gruya, Zapata, all part of this sub 5A. That point scored by the West. They lead by 4, and they'll serve here. Idea Quest, Alexa Maciel will serve. In the net it goes. Point scored by the East. East hanging around here in game 4. At some point in time, they have to edge out of this. Karime Rojas to serve from San Perlita. Rojas puts it across. Line drive ace. Makes it 17-15. West All-Stars trying to set up that defense. 2 players deep back there. Real pressure is on Maciel back there in the middle. Diving play, that ball's at the net. 2 players there for the East side. Salinas gets it over into the rafters it goes. That should be a point for the East. They keep the ball in play. West gets it over. East goes on the attack. High set up this time for Salinas. Punches it over. Maciel's right there. Salinas becomes a center. Past the blockers. Played back on the East side. Now set it up. Punched over. Played by the West All-Stars. Ortiz plays that to Salinas. Ball back over on the East side. Salinas again slings away. Maciel there to dig that. Galvan helps out. Galvan has to put it over. Ball back on the East side, and point score for the West. Long rally that time between these 2 All-Star teams. 3-point lead for the West All-Stars, and they'll serve. Back to serve is Melanie Salinas. Check that, that's Garcia back there. Alyssa Garcia out of Idea Quest serving. Ortiz on the pass, sets up Jordan Garcia, punches it over the left hand. East All-Stars set it up middle, get it past the blockers. West with a real good chance here. High set, left side off the block, and point score for the West. You could see that coming from a mile away for the West All-Stars, as Vanessa Espinoza had too good a look on that kill attempt. West puts it over. East on the return. Punch it over on the West side. Jordan Garcia one-hands it over. Salce back there to dig that. Center set, big swing, down in the corner. That's good by May. Kayleen May out of Lyford. 19-16 game. East All-Stars to serve it up. Again, their scoreboard went out here in the gym, so we're trying to keep this on our scoreboard as best we can. Jordan Garcia puts it over. South save on the return. Nothing doing, and then it goes. West gets to 21st. I know they said it was a 2 o'clock start for the 5A, and they're saying now 15 minutes after the conclusion of this is when they'll start. So they should be right on schedule if this ends in 4. If we get to 5, that's going to change things around. 20-17 lead. West All-Stars on top. East All-Stars back to serve. Imelda Rivera out of La Villa will now serve. Gets that over. That's an ace. Makes it 20-18. Rivera will serve again. Imelda Rivera serves it over. Played by the West All-Stars. Garcia back there to set it up. Punched over. East now goes on the attack. Set it up left side. Spiked over. Good dig. Garcia races over. Sets up Espinoza. Reaches back. Blocked. Ball back alive. Garcia puts it over on the east side. East on the attack. Two-handed. Carvajal's there to dig that. Garcia sets up Espinoza again. Reaches back. Blocked again. Good play at the net. Ball back over on the east side. Point score for the West. Wow, on that one. That's all you can say. 21-18. Espinoza back to serve for the West All-Stars. And she'll serve this across. Played by the East All-Stars. Set up Trevino, and out of bounds it goes. West All-Stars up by 4. 22-18. Their coach KD Benavides out of Hidalgo, still directing her troops on the west side. Trying to close this out here. Serve over. Played by the East All-Stars. Second hit over. West goes on the attack. Garcia sets it up. Two-handed over. Free ball to work with for the East All-Stars. Salinas on the set. Right side. Spiked across and down. Point scored for the East All-Stars. Makes it 22-19. Substitutions check again for the East All-Stars. Back to serve. It's Carla Medina out of Lyford. Gets it just across. High set, left side, spiked by Espinoza. Played by Rojas on the east side, up near the net. Ball back over. Free ball for the West to work with. Garcia on a set. Free ball for the East to quickly work with. Karime Rojas punches it over. Carvajal there. Keeps it alive for the West. Out of the rafters, they can't dig that, and a point score for the East. 22-20. Back to serve again for the East All-Stars is Carla Medina. Puts that over. Carvajal to Jordan Garcia. Ball off the net, spiked over. Played by the East All-Stars. A good chance here to score, and a big swing, but a nice dig. Ball back on the east side. Point score for the West. How about that defense? That was a monstrous kill attempt. Dug out by that back row for the West All-Stars. Galvan back to serve. Delani Galvan to serve for the West All-Stars. Gets it over. East on the attack. Trailing by 3 now. Got to be careful here. You don't want to get the West to 24. Punched over by the East. Point scored. If you're the East All-Star, in theory, you want to get it to 23-23. If you're West, you want to get to 24 right now. Then you put your opponent in position of having to play perfect volleyball. Service time for the East All-Stars. They'll get that across with a high serve. Solis there to pass it to Galvan. Sets it in the middle, spiked over. East digs that, but it's up in the rafters. Free ball coming up for the West. Good pass. Galvan tries to set it up. Sets it center. Big swing. Blocked back at you. Point for the East. And the East All-Stars not going away just yet. They'll serve it up. 23-22 game. Trying to serve for the tie. Short serve this time. Galvan there to pass it up. Sets it. Hit over on the east side. Chance to tie now. Trevino. Miscommunication there. Ball back on the west side. Second hit over. Punched over by the East, and we're tied. 23 apiece as the East All-Stars reaching back for a little extra. Back to serve now is Desiree Guerra from Santa Rosa. Guerra ready to go. Serves it across. Played by the West All-Stars. Miss hit, still on the back row. They'll get it over. East, a chance to take the lead here. High set center, Trevino, blocked back by Salinas. Ball at the net, Rojas puts it over. played by the West All-Stars. They'll set it up left side, spike, block, back at you. East takes the lead. 24-23, and the crowd comes to life now. East All-Stars trying to get the win and trying to push it to game 5. Serve over, a short serve, played by the West All-Stars. Galvan gets back to it, sets it on a back row attack. Over on the east side, chance to win it. Second hit over, Galvan's there. Carbajal now sets it up, Salinas middle. Punches it over, East goes on the attack. Set up Salinas, punches it over, point scored! East gets the win, 25-23. Game 5, here we come. Come from behind fashion, the East All-Stars extend it to 5. We'll be back with that after this.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
South Padre Island Golf Club. Come for a visit. Stay for a lifetime.
Hi, we're Mission veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Back here on Real Sports Live, in between games 4 and 5 here of this East-West All-Star game at the sub-5A level. And in game 5, it's a little different format than what you would normally see during the regular season or the playoffs, in which it's a simple race to 15. There is no win by 2 here. And so as they get ready to start play in game 5, it adds a little extra emphasis on getting that 15. You get the 15 first, you win. Game 5, first serve, West All-Stars and East All-Stars competing at the TASO 2019 Volleyball All-Star Games from McAllen Memorial High School on Real Sports Live.
Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
We are back here as the West All-Stars make their way on the floor first. The TASO officials who have volunteered to put this All-Star Day together, explaining to the fans, and in some cases this will be the last volleyball participation for some of these players who will close out their careers. In other cases, there are some that are moving on to be playing at the college level. But in some cases, this may be the final volleyball game for some of these girls at the high school level. Our pleasure to bring the coverage to you fans who are unable to make it to the gym here, who are watching back home. Coming up after this one, we'll have a 15-minute break, and then we'll have the 5A All-Star game. And we'll close things out with the 6A. As we are set to go here. Sub 5A All-Stars, East All-Stars serving it up, and away we go, and in the net it goes. West scores first. West All-Stars lead 1-0. Again, this is a simple race to 15. There is no win by 2 here. And the West All-Stars will be ready to serve. Serve across, played by the East. They'll get it over, but the West can go on the attack. Galvan to set it up. Salinas in the middle, spikes it over. Played by the East All-Stars. They'll set it up left side. Spike, but blocked back at you. Ball still alive, recovered. Ball over, just over the net. East All-Stars tied at 1 apiece. Megan Kinney got the kind roll that time. Benak back to serve. Fernanda Benak out of Jubilee Brownsville. What a run they had into round 3 in their first year in UIL competition. That serve goes in the net. West All-Stars score and go up 2-1. They're telling us there's a 15-minute wait on popcorn, and I see a bunch of it in the bin right now. I'm going to the movies. I'll be back in between games. I think I can make it. Serve over, a short serve down the sideline. That goes out of bounds. Tied at 2 apiece. Substitutions now checking in for either team. Back to serve is Nicole Trevino for the East All-Stars. Serves that across. Played by the West. Good dig that time. High set. Spiked over by Salinas, Melanie Salinas. Ball back over on the West side. Set up Espinoza. Gets it over. Played by the East again. They'll keep it alive. Benak tries to get it to the net. Nothing doing. West scores. West All-Stars up 3-2. They're ready to serve again. Get that over on the east side. East All-Stars on the attack. High set in the middle. Jordan Garcia tips that over. Played by the East All-Stars. Back on the west side. West can't get the point. We are tied at 3 apiece. May Rojas that time on the kill for the East All-Stars. East All-Stars ready to serve. Jenna Ortiz was back there ready to serve. And then they bring in a substitution as Bianca Cantu out of Santa Maria will serve for the East All-Stars. Serves it across. West All-Stars on a nice return to serve. Good pass, sets it up. Free ball to work with for the East. Set it up middle, that's a lift. Point scored by the West, they go up 4-3. Game 5 here goes to 15, and then we close it out for the sub 5A contest. That ball's in the net, another point for the West. They go up 5-3. 5-3 game as Pena back to serve for the West All-Stars. Cassandra Pena out of Zapata. Deep serve, carries to the back corner, that's in. Point score. 6-3 as the West goes back on top. Next serve for the West All-Stars. Out of McAllen Memorial High School today, my friends. Come join us if you want to come see the 5A or the 6A matchup. Spike across, played by the West All-Stars. Up in the rafters it goes, point score for the East. We've seen both teams resilient enough to come from behind. The biggest comeback here in today's action, down 10 in game 3. The East All-Stars staved off being eliminated to come back and win and force game 4, and now they've won game 4 and we're in game 5. Rojas swings away, that's out of bounds. Point to the West, they go up 3. And that's halfway in a race to 15 for the West All-Stars. West All-Stars to serve it up. Maciel checks out of the game for the West All-Stars. Serve across, played by the East up near the net, nothing doing. 4-point lead for the West All-Stars. Vanessa Espinoza to serve again. Espinoza gets it across. East All-Stars will play it from the back row. Diving play. What a play to keep it alive. Back over on the east side. Salinas sets it up. Left side, spiked over. Played by the West. Set it up to the middle, and nothing doing. Point scored East. Miscommunication that time on the west side. Karime Rojas from San Polito back to serve. Meanwhile, checking in, Progreso's Nicole Trevino for the East All-Stars. Rojas serves it over. Diving play up near the net. Ball punched over. Garcia there to challenge it. Ball back on the east side. Benak sets it up. Trevino turns, swings, plays it. Ball back on the west side. They'll try to attack Jordan Garcia. That was literally behind her back to get that play. Trevino punches it over. Good dig that time by the West All-Stars. Set up Hill. Rojas back there. That's off the Raptors. A tough play. Ball back on the Raptors and in the point score for the West. They never could quite get control of that possession. And back to serve is Delaney Galvan out of Gruya. Galvan will also become the setter once she gets this serve in, most likely. Punched over by the East All-Stars. Hill to Galvan, back to Hill, swings away, out of bounds. Emily Hill and Galvan trying to team up there. Miss hit on the kill attempt. Rivera now back to serve. This is Imelda Rivera for La Villa and the East All-Stars. She'll put that over. Played by the West All-Stars. Galvan, back row attempt this time, played by Rivera. Kinney there to help out. Benak puts it over, down the sideline. West All-Stars can't recover. Point score for the East. 9-7 game. Rivera to serve. Again, we go to 15 and that's it. First of 15 wins this. No win by 2. Galvan digs it out of the net. Punched over back on the east side. Benak sets it up, left side, spike down, and point score for the East. 9-8 the score. Rivera will serve again. It was her at the service line when they made that big comeback in game 3. Galvan sets it up. Salinas swings away on the angle. That's out of bounds. We are tied at 9 apiece. It was Rivera that got to the line in game 3 when the East All-Stars were trailing by 10. When she left, they led by 1. Set up Salinas again. 2 hands out on the angle. Played by Trevino. Ball up in the Raptors though. Point score for the West. Kenny with a diving attempt to keep it alive, but couldn't do it. Back to serve is Carolina Carbajal for the West All-Stars. Carbajal ready to go. Out of Hidalgo, serves it over. Kinney there to play it. Benak sets it up in the middle. Trevino swings it over. Played by the West All-Stars. Galvan sets it up for Hill. Block. Point score for the West as it goes on the east side. Trevino was there to set up the double block, but just a little too far off the net, and that bounced straight down. Serve across by the West All-Stars. East recovers. Trevino, free ball to work with for the West. Galvan, a good high set. Punched over though, free ball. Kinney passes to Benak. Sets it up, Trevino, swings away, puts it away. 11-10 game. West All-Stars lead by 1. Benak back to serve. Fernanda Benak from Jubilee Brownsville with a jump serve. Puts it over on the west side. A high set right side, swung away. A diving play kept alive by the East. One-handed to the back row. Played by the West. Galvan tries to get it back there. Kinney's there to cover that. Ortiz sets it up. Trevino spikes it. Nice dig that time by the West All-Stars. Point scored though by the East. Despite the efforts of Alani Solis, Agruya, East ties at 11 apiece. East All-Stars to serve it up. Jump serve again by Benak, a good one. Played back at the net, challenge there. Point score for the East. They take the lead at 12-11. Timeout called by the West. We're in game 5. A race to 15 continues right after this.
Thank you for watching Real
At First Community Bank, we believe in small business.
When Jennifer and Jimmy Wilson started Wild August Nursery and Flower Farm, they found Ricky Leal at First Community Bank had the financing to help them grow.
Make FCB your bank.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see this.
Back here on Rio Sports Live as we are in Game 5 of this Best of 5 series. On the Sub 5A All-Star game, the TASO 2019 All-Star Sunday. Serve across by the East All-Stars. Leading by 1, West trying to tie it. Ball over on the east side, Benak to Ortiz. Ortiz sets it up left side for May. Puts that over. Played by the West All-Stars. And then we call for 2 hits. East scores and goes up by 2 at 13-11. Resilient play by the East All-Stars here today. Trailing 2-0, trailing by double digits in Game 3. They came back and have forced it now into Game 5. 2 away from winning it. That's an ace. Benak serves up the ace, and the East All-Stars in position to win this as Benak is ready to serve. Spiked over. Played by Ortiz. Ortiz to Trevino. Trevino puts it over. It was Trevino at the net that literally brought it back, and they win it! East All-Stars win it 3-2. And are the winners here of the All-Star Extravaganza 2019, the TASO All-Star Game. What a matchup between these two teams. The West All-Stars appeared to have it. The East All-Stars came from behind, took games 3, 4, and 5, and why not? Our Hacienda, she has a player of the game, Nicole Trevino, to get the finishing blow on the kill. They meet over there, and they'll have photos, and we'll have our pictures posted on our sites. I'm going to take a break. And my friends, I'm still nursing an illness that I took on in the middle of volleyball season. It just won't go away. So I'm going to try to save my voice for the next 2 games. Hope you enjoyed this one. Our coverage continues from McCallum Memorial High School. Coming up next, the 5A All-Star Game. Tune in. Comes up soon on Real Sports Live. Thanks for watching.